Hey, this is Sean. I'm standing outside of Conrad Black's house in the Bridle Path neighborhood of Toronto. You're probably somewhat familiar with Conrad Black, the former Canadian media baron who owned newspapers across every major English language speaking market. After a lengthy trial that began in 2004, convictions of mail fraud and obstruction of justice in 2007, and 3 years of incarceration in a Florida prison, Black emerged as one of the fiercest critics of the American justice system. We're here to talk to Conrad Black about what it was like living in prison. Just as a kind of start off, a more informal question, I'm wondering, what was like the most enriching thing that you learned in your time dealing with the justice system and dealing, as when you were in incarceration?
I can't say that dealing with the justice system was enriching in any particular respect, other than if you're taking a very sort of Hobbesian view of what toughens us up and immunizes us to outrages, hypocrisy, and oppression. I was impressed that now I was in low security facilities, but I was impressed that the quality of inmate was higher than I expected. These are people who, almost all of them, could be and should be recycled back into normal life as quickly as possible. There was almost no violence, and look, some of them were slightly dodgy people, and many of them had done objectively bad things, but almost all of them were quite recoverable and not people who deserved to be stigmatized for life and ostracized and treated as lepers, morally or otherwise. One person that I was a student of mine got 20 years, one first offender, driving a truck with marijuana in it. Right. Well, I mean, what are we coming to? I mean, this is, apart from not being quite so sanguinary, we're at the same level here as chopping off somebody's hand for taking a loaf of bread.
It's true.
Well, look, in a democracy, the people are always right. If that's what the Americans want, they can have it. But I don't think they know that that's how their system works. And I think if they knew, they wouldn't approve of it. One of the few things that helps people who are confined, keep their feet in the ground and keep it in mind that there is a great world out there that they will be getting back to, is when family and spouses or children or friends come to visit them. The rule, as I understand it in this new legislation, is to have a glass window between the visitors and the people who are visiting. Well, this is a completely unnecessary and gratuitously dehumanizing thing to do. And the official explanation for it is to prevent smuggling. Well, where we were, there were complete body searches of everybody after every visit. No matter how exalted the visitor. Henry Kissinger came to see me. Brian Mulroney came to see me. We had a strip search after that, as if they were bringing contraband to me, see?
Right.
But everyone goes through it. You can stop that completely. There is a great deal of smuggling into these prisons. It is all by corrupt prison officials, correctional officers, all of it. None of it goes through the visitor center. Nothing. Not one Valium pill. Nothing.
But then it ends up in the hands of prisoners, right?
Yeah, but that isn't my point. I mean, in the words of one of the best lawyers in our long proceedings, that was not my question. The point is, why are you segregating the prisoners from their visitors on the grounds of preventing the smuggling of contraband when no contraband is smuggled that way, and it's all smuggled in by correctional officers?
Well, what do correctional officers have to gain from it? Did you see those kind of transactions happening yourself? Or?
Well, what they gained from smuggling? Well, they were well paid for.
They were?
Yeah, of course they were.
And you saw smuggling take place? Or
I didn't. I never saw it take place, but I certainly saw the results of it floating around. I was offered smuggled goods off, and I never took any because I didn't want any dispute with the Bureau of Prisons.
Right. Snickers bars?
You can buy those at the commissary if you want them.
Thank you so much for welcoming us into your home, Conrad. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.